Hey guys, this is Ferociousllama here with MTG Confidant. I'm back with another Stax deck in Vintage. It was my first, Magic Online Vintage deck, and I always thought it was a cool format. Vintage is super fun, super exciting. A lot happens in the first few turns, which is really cool. Anyway, I was watching the Vintage Super League over the weekend. It was the championships, Chris Pakula versus Eric Froelich. And Efro won, and they played 3 different decks during the finals, but one of the decks he chose to play was Stax, because he has played Stax before, and it's certainly a tier 1 deck in Vintage right now. And so anyway, he played this one, and there was some kind of speculation afterwards on what it should be called, and it was suggested that it's called Frobots. But it was actually played by, I think it was Javier David at a tournament I think he made it to the finals with it. But anyway, it's got our 4 Ancient Tombs, 4 factories. Now, there's a lot of factories, more than my usual decks, but it is convenient to have more creatures. And you'll kind of see that in the current online Vintage metagame, it's all very aggressive Pyromancer, Delver, Monastery Mentor decks. And so having these extra 4 creatures, always good. Always good. Of course, shops. Named decks, what the deck is, named after, sometimes it's called shops. Our strip mine. I'm sorry, guys, let me turn off the sound. And, we got our Solarian Academy, because that's insane. And we got our 4 Wastelands. Then we got our full complement of, full suite of artifact manas, which are the 5 Moxen, Black Lotus Mana Crypt, and a Soul Ring. There is no mana vault in this one. And then when we come to our lock pieces, all we have are 4 Thorns of Amethyst. I don't know why that won't go over. I don't know. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I don't know how I did that that time. But anyway, we have 4 Thorns of Amethyst, and that's it. And it doesn't even stop creatures. So this is actually not that great against some of the, more creature-based deck. I think what I might do is later on I'll try a brew a little bit. Same deck, essentially, just without the Thorns. And put Sphere of Resistance instead. And then we have our Lodestone Golems, which is, of course, the obligatory, Juggernaut plus. New and improved. Then we have 4 Phyrexian Revokers, shut down Dak Faden, because apparently he's the best Planeswalker in Vintage. I actually always thought that. I remember when I first started playing, I was like, how do people not think Dak Faden is awesome? And I remember when Vintage Masters was out, he was only about $3 online. I was like, how is Dak Faden only $3? Because he was phenomenal against Stax and good against everything else. So anyway, shut that stuff off, shut off Time Vault, shut off all kinds of stuff. And then we have Arcbound Ravager, 3 Arcbound Ravagers. And what's great about this is if they go to kill our stuff with their, Ingot Chewer or something, we can just sack it. So, sweet deal. Tanglewire, these are all standard lock. Oh, this is another lock piece. My bad. Okay. And then we have Sword of Fire and Ice. There's 3 of them. Now, at first I was like, what? What is the point of this? But here's what I realized. Okay, it can do 2 damage to our opponent, right? And then everything else is a 2 power or greater creature. So it'll shoot down Pyromancers, it shoots down Delvers, it shoots down Monastery Mentors if they haven't played any spells. Shoots down lots of stuff, and it draws us a card. And that's always been a big problem with Stax, and I've always said it from the very beginning, is it doesn't have ridiculous broken card draw. And this isn't broken card draw, it's 1 card per turn, but it's still sweet. So this gives Stax that edge, because a lot of times you can lock your opponent out, but they'll end up drawing out of it, drawing something to get them out of it, and be able to just sort of limp along to getting something in play and killing me. So the Sword of Fire and Ice is so good in this deck. I know they're not matched. I actually already had the Dark Steel one, and then I found these 2 at one of the bots, and they were cheaper for foil than for not foil. So I was like, well, I can't not have foil, right? If it's cheaper. And then we have, here's the one card that I was like the most skeptical. I wasn't skeptical about it. I mean, I saw it and I thought instantly, this is a great card. Is Porcelain Legionnaire, because there's not a lot of removal in Vintage, and it's Lightning Bolts, and that kills Lodestone Golems that cost 4 mana, and Revokers and Mistress Factories. It kills everything. So Porcelain Legionnaire, 3/1, and he's got First Strike, which is like, you know, I was not, I was playing against a guy last night with this deck, and all I did was play Porcelain Legionnaire and a Phyrexian Revoker on. I think he went turn 1 Pyromancer with a Mox Ruby. So I played a Revoker in my first couple turns. For turn 1, I played Revoker on Mox Ruby. Turn 2, I played Porcelain Legionnaire, and he scooped. And I was like, this is amazing. And I guess, you know, the First Strike is just phenomenal. I mean, it kills Monastery Mentors as long as they don't pump. They got to pump it twice to save it. And it kills, you know, it kills everything. And then if you get 2 of them, man, then you're killing, you know, I don't know if you're playing the Mirror or whatever, you're playing Wormcoil Engines. It kills, you know, opposing Lodestone Golems. It kills everything. It's awesome, and it stays alive. And then, you know, of course, equipped with a Sword of Fire and Ice, and you're basically, it's going to be you know, target opponent sacrifices a creature each turn. Is kind of what that is once it has a, you know, because then we're talking 5/3 First Strike. And, you know, in Vintage, the number of creatures, I mean, yeah, there's loads, or Darksteel Colossus, rather, that, and Grizzlebrand. You know, so there are some creatures that, you know, you don't want to have your opponent to have. But, you know, that's kind of what the deck is. It's designed to keep people from getting those cards into play. Anything else, any little weenies like Pyromancer, and especially Delver. Sword of Fire and Ice is phenomenal against Delver. Because, yeah, you go turn 1 Delver, I'll go no problem. Turn 1, you know, creature, turn 2 Sword of Fire and Ice equip. Because it's not that hard to get 5 mana on turn 2 with Stax. So, and then I'll do, you know, 4 to 5 damage to you, and then I'll do 2 to your Delver, and then now what do you got? You got no clock. I'm drawing cards, you're not. So anyway, Sword of Fire and Ice, great addition. Porcelain Legionnaire, those are the 2 that I kind of didn't think were real additions to the deck. Or could be, that I hadn't considered, rather, is what I should say. And then we have 3 Triskelions. What's so great about this guy is you remove a counter and it shoots stuff. So it shoots those pesky, you know, Notion Thieves, which aren't really a problem for this deck. But it shoots them, it kills Vendilion Clicks, it kills all sorts of stuff. It kills Pyromancer, it kills tokens, it kills everything. It kills my own tokens, if that's ever a problem, against Oath. But then again, like, it can shoot, even if I have 2 tokens, I can go shoot 1 token, shoot the second token, then shoot itself, and then it dies. And yeah, that's a pretty dire situation when that's the case. And then we got 4 Chalices. So, anyway, I don't really have a sideboard for this deck yet. But because really it's sort of pre-boarded for blue decks, and the only thing that and you know, the aggro decks are super popular right now, so that's really kind of what it's built to beat, and it does a great job, if you ask me. The only thing, if we play Dredge, it's going to lose to Dredge right now, because I don't have a sideboard, but anything else in the sideboard isn't really going to be for any of the blue decks, or for Stax even. So anyway, let's play a match and see what happens. All right. We are here playing RK27, I guess. I don't know. But that's what we're doing. So now I'm not in love with this hand, but it does have a turn 1 Thorn, turn 2 and 3 Revoker, if necessary, which is some pretty good beats. So then we can go Tanglewire and Lodestone Golem. So guy, if I were playing in a tournament, I'd probably mulligan this. But you know what? I'm just going to keep it because why not, right? And we're on the play, which sucks. Because sometimes things that are ridiculous happen when our opponent goes first. Okay, that's cool. Oh, see? Glad we kept now. So I think we got 5 mana. So I think what we'll do is we'll go Thorn and then Revoker, I guess. Yeah. All right. Oh, whoops. All right. I'm going to Revoker. Hopefully he won't counter it. And we're going to go Mox Pearl. Alright. We'll pass the turn back. And, you know, that wasn't the best. That's the thing is we had 5 mana, which is kind of that awkward number. Like, Stax needs 4 or 6 are kind of our bread and butter numbers, because we have 4 for Lodestone Golem, 6 for Triskelion, or Lodestone Golem and Phyrexian Revoker, or Tangle Wire, and then a Thorn of Amethyst. So, okay. See, now we draw a sword and we have no mana. So that is sort of a problem. I guess what we're going to do here is we're going to play our Revoker on... We're going to play this one on Mox Pearl too, because we don't have a whole bunch going on. And we maybe should have kept thrown this hand back. Only because, you know, I mean, it's been 2 draw steps we drew a Black Lotus. Unfortunately, we really need permanent mana sources with Stax. Unless we can just drop everything early on with it's a bunch of lock pieces. So, yeah, he's going to waste us now. Maybe. Looks like he's not going to waste us. Okay. Well, this is not going so well. Because now our opponent can block with Mistress Factory and... pump it and save it. So we don't want our opponent doing that. Sure, take our Ancient Tombs. That does not bother me. Yeah, that doesn't bother me that much. And it's a very... I mean, yeah, he's trying to screw us out of our mana now, but that is just a weird play. Like, maybe it's not such a weird play. It's weird that he has extra pay in his deck. That's what's weird. You know, I'm not saying we're going to win this for sure, but I am going to say that he's playing some weird deck. Probably it's... if I had to guess, I would say it's some kind of you know, land still variant, because he's got Factory, Wasteland, and he extirpated our Ancient Tomb. Yeah, sure, man. Which is bizarre, but whatever, hey. Pithing Needle. What's he gonna name? With Pithing Needle, there's nothing to name. Like, I don't know what he's activated here. He's probably gonna name Kadotha Forgemaster, but that doesn't matter because we don't have Kadotha Forgemasters in this deck. So yeah, he's playing a Brew. That's for certain. Yeah, okay. Well, hey, that's why we need Mox Pearl on both of them, right? But yeah, this is certainly a standstill variant. Jeez, man. Well, this is not looking too terribly good for us. Sure. I would have played Chalice on 0 last turn if I could have. Doesn't matter. Yeah, see, this is where things get bad, because he's got double Factory and a Trinket Mage. So we're going to lose. That's kind of already determined. Just because we kept the 1 lander, and you know, we got Black Lotus, so we had a respectable first turn. But he's just you know, been able to grind us out as we draw nothing every turn of the game. So, well, you know, no land, which we should have, and then okay, we lose. I've had enough of this. Okay. Yeah, he's playing some kind of brew. I'm whatever. I mean, he certainly didn't beat us that game because his deck did anything, decidedly broken, or even that, it was because we didn't draw any land. And, that happens occasionally. That happens occasionally. So, we'll play first. And, no, we're got to throw this one back. That is unacceptable. And I don't like this one, but notice how if last game we'd had Porcelain Legionnaires, I wouldn't have been afraid. We're going to keep this. I don't know. This is probably terrible, but we have a 4 life, 3 mana, 4 life, plus 2 mana, 3/1 with first strike, which, yeah, it's rough. It's rough. That's what I'm willing to say. It's rough. It's rough. So, I don't know. We'll see how this one goes. But we had 2 mana sources. We can't really throw it back, and I think that our life wasn't really a problem last game. So he's probably gonna Ghost Quarter our stuff, or not. Cool, man. You can Ghost Quarter us now. Now that we got a 5/3, makes all your stuff cost more. Okay, he's gonna Force of Will, pitching a Notion Thief because it doesn't do anything against us. And we'll attack for 3 with our 3/1 first strike guy, which is hysterical. But he works. He's so good. It's kind of hysterical how good he is. So, all right. And it looks like our opponent may not have much more lands, if they have any. They obviously, it looks like they kept the 1 lander. Unless they're, have so many lands they're thinking about what to play. But they probably wouldn't have played turn 1 Ghost Quarter. Unless... I just can't imagine them playing Ghost Quarter turn 1. Yeah, sure. We'll use Ghost Quarter's ability. And we'll find nothing. And that's all. That's fine. You can take our Ancient Tombs now with your extra fee. I don't care. That's silly. Okay, well, let's attack for 3. Yeah, too bad we didn't have a... If we drawn another land, we could have gone another Lodestone... Well, another 2-mana land at least. Or, Workshop or a... what do you call it? But we're going to pay 4 more life. Do this guy. But this guy is so good. It's silly. And our opponent plays a 2nd Polluted Delta. But that's the thing is, we're not losing to manlands with double Porcelain Legionnaire out. Which is one of those things that's always awesome. Alright, well, we'll take more damage. That's what we do. We take damage. He can counter this if he wants. It won't bother me. Yeah, that's fine. I'll 2-for-1 you. 2-for-1 you makes me feel good. But, the thing is, we're, in a clearly advantageous board state right now. So, for him to counter our mana for 2 cards just seems, not that good to me. But, hey, maybe I'm wrong. We're going to lose this game. I don't know. I mean, it's far from over, that's for sure. But if he doesn't play something next turn, we're going to kill him. Good thing we have our first strike guys, which are awesome. So, we'll see. The one thing that could screw us real bad is if he goes Volcanic, and then Island, and then another land, and then Dak Faden. And then we're screwed. And then we're like, dang it. We're screwed. Yeah, sure. Strip our land. What's happening here? Ah, Toxic Deluge. Sure. is fair. Is fair. Okay, we'll play a Mox Ruby. It's not very good, but let's see. Let's just play Arcbound Ravager. I like Arcbound Ravager. The thing is that I really like about this version of Stax is that it very much is like some of the creature-based decks. It's like Stax with creatures, which is like awesome. And I like that. And he's going to get an engineered explosives, I think. Let's see. Yep. As we expected. Sure. Yeah, you can kill our land, and yeah, whatever, we'll do that. I think it's funny though, we haven't this entire game, this entire match, we haven't drawn a non. Oh, you know what I should do? Oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go Ravager on engineered explosives. But we are going to attack anyway with our Ravager. And he will block. Yeah, okay. Second artifact. I think what we're actually going to do here is let them trade. And then I'll move the counters over to my Phyrexian Ravager. Now he can't Toxic Deluge either. Let's see what happens. Sure. Oh, man. Wow, okay. Wow. Yeah, this is definitely like some landstill deck, but wow, he got lucky. He just happened to have all the right things. We can't win because we're going to lose our guy, and then it'll take a minimum of 2 turns, and he'll do 2 damage, and then that's it. So, well, that sucked. But let's try it again, see what happens.